everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I'm going to continue with my large journaling cards. I have some book pages here. I have 2 pages stuck together and I've inked around the outside, and I'm going to continue with the last of my large journaling cards for my journal. And to my left I have my big pile of scrap papers, and I'm going to get busy. So what can I find in these treasures? I need to be careful not to bury my ruler in my bone folder. So I hope you're all fabulous. I am, in case you were wondering. This is a continuation of yesterday's video where we created our large journaling cards like that, and I still have 2 to go. Not sure about those, so I'm just pulling out papers at this stage that I may like. I did really enjoy using that. Just looking through here for some inspiration. They could be fun together. I'm not really sure that working on 2 at once is my forte, but really just working with what's on my desk, what I have available to me. Although I do have, to my right, I have my big tub of scrap papers, but essentially I'm trying to use what's on my desk only. I'm not even sure I'm going to use this, so just like I'm tearing the edge and I don't know if that's what I want. I'm kind of liking that, although I don't know if I want these 2 together. I'm not quite sure about that, but the rest of it's working for me. So what if, well, let's try this piece. I had this piece first. I can get these uneven edges to slide in. Oh, I do quite like that. Okay. Kind of working upside down here. I'm not quite sure how this will go. I would like to tear that edge, and then think I may take a snippet off the bottom of this piece too. I'm going to say about there. Okay, so where are my pieces here? Just inking around the two of these. Two. That would be 3 of these papers before I glue them down. Here's to the girl who can count. My goodness. I do question some days whether it's wise to turn the camera on and let you see what happens inside my craft room, or whether I should just do my thing by myself. Anyway, sometimes the words just come out all wrong. Well, they do for me. I don't know about you guys. Okay. Wowzers, I almost feel like this one's gone together in record time. I shouldn't jinx myself by saying that, but so pretty. Okay, love that. Gluing this one down first. I have a new glue book. Keep me going for days. It actually feels really high to use. I'm not used to it being so high. I think my last one I actually split in half. Not quite sure if I did that on purpose now that I think about it, but I know I had 2 smaller pieces on the go. And when I went to look for my other one, it seems to have been finished as well. So I had to head to my bookcase to find myself a new glue book. And I don't know about you, but I still find the whole sacrifice of books a little difficult to handle. So I must have picked up, I don't know, about half a dozen books before I decided on one that I was happy to pull apart, which is kind of crazy, but I don't know why I've always found an attachment to books. And I don't necessarily think it's the story in them. I think it's the book itself. To hold a book is just, I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't know if anybody else ever feels like that or if that's just me, but it really does send me to my happy place. And then, of course, if the book looks really lovely, I really struggle with the whole concept of pulling it apart or making ephemera out of it or using it as a glue book or all of the above. So, and honestly, some of these books that I'm using, some have been donated, some I've picked up in thrift stores, some I have purchased for, well, next to nothing or have been given away for free on buy, swap, sell sites. Some I've picked up in junk stores. I really haven't paid. Some have just been donated by family and friends. I really haven't paid a lot of money for any of my book collection, but some of them I feel like they're real treasures, and I'm going to struggle perhaps to ever let them go. I know I'm getting a little, well, maybe not so little collection of my favorites. So I try really hard to separate myself from them, but I'm not very good at it. I'm not going to lie. Okay, just adding my last piece down the side. I love it. I really, really love it. Okay, whoops, struggling to pick that up. Okay, so that's our first background done. I'm going to pop that to the side and work on my second background. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I do like that little piece of burlap. Oh, I don't know. It's not talking to me yet. The colours on that are really fun. I love that green. I want that green. Now I need to see where that sits. I like that there. I'm feeling very congested again. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to come clean. So I think I mentioned in a previous video, I purchased another table to add to my craft space. One that I can have as an open space to... One of the things I really struggle with is cutting fabric. All of my desk space, and I have 3 other desks in my craft space, all foldable, not extendable, what are they called? They're foldable, like camping tables or trestle tables, that's the word I'm looking for. And I have this one here, which is just over 1 meter. This desk is about 1 meter, just over 1 meter wide. And the other 2 are, I can't think. I think this is 4 foot and they are 6 foot. And it still wasn't enough. So I use this one for my crafting, for videoing. This is my main workstation. And then apparently I can't talk and craft at the same time right now. And then the one on my right houses my sewing machine and my overlocker primarily, and some crafting tools, as well as having some shelves on the top of the table that I can use to stack things that I need to reach for on a regular basis. And then the one on my left has kind of become my workstation for printing and my paper cutting machine and things like that. So kind of has lots of stuff happening on the desktop as well. And so when I go to cut fabric, particularly, I buy calico a lot because I love it. I use it all the time. You know, it's one of my all-time favorites. And because I buy it in big rolls or big pieces, when I go to cut that down, I kind of need space to spread myself out, and I've been really struggling with that because I haven't had space to do that. And so I'm just trying to work out which way around I'd like this. And so that was part of the reason I wanted to get myself another desk. I think I'm going to give this a straight edge actually. And just basically to have an area that I can go to sort papers or basically just have spare space to do what I want to do without having to interrupt things that I'm working on, basically. And well, that worked for about a day. I think it was fabulous while it lasted. I've been jelly printing, so all of those things are still spread out on the desk as we speak. And I looked at it. I had also thought, I bought myself some storage tubs. I think I also, well, I have mentioned in previous videos, and they're stackable. And my reasoning for getting those was so that I had project boxes, and being stackable, I could stack them on top of each other and just pull out the one I want to use. And I actually have a very large stack of them on this desk. My idea was to keep them on the other desk when I'm crafting with you all and just pull the one that I need. But because I've got all of my jelly printing, oops, that didn't work well. Because I've got all of my jelly printing things still spread out on the desk, I have no room over there to move things, and I do have a bit of a mess because I was playing. I took a day on the weekend to just play. I decided I wasn't going to turn the camera on. It was just going to be me in the craft room. I literally spent hours in here. It was fabulous. I had so much fun. I haven't actually looked through the fruits of my labour yet to see exactly what I have as my finished products, but I'm hopeful I can make some digitals out of some of them. I had so much fun. I worked on 2 different sets of papers, so 2 different colour schemes, if you will, or themes. And oh gosh, it was fun. So fun. So I'm looking forward to having a proper chance to sit down and actually look through those papers properly. Of course, I saw them before they dried, but I haven't been through them since then. So, and I was just like, I need to do this more often. I need to just play to my little heart's content. And it was just really inspiring. And I certainly wouldn't have been able to video because, gosh, I think my afternoon session was about 3.5 hours or something. And the only reason I realised I'd been going for so long was because I was really thirsty and really hungry. So decided all of a sudden that was it. I had to stop and have a break. So I cleaned up the basics, but I don't know. I feel like because I was having so much fun, I felt like I wasn't done either, which is another reason that I've left it all out. But oh, if you have a chance to just play, do it. It's good for the soul. So good for the soul. kind of like that. I'm so sorry that you can't see the papers I'm flipping through. It's really hard to fit it into my camera space. I do have some little strips and bits that I probably need to filter out. I don't think that will work there. But that may. I think this line is accentuating the fact that I have a straight line here, so I'd like to eliminate that. Oh, goodness, every time. Still a very straight. Going to that needs to be under there. That's it. Yes. Yes, I'm happy with that. Can I bring that down a fraction? I'm kind of working with this line here because this was torn from here. It creates a bit of a flow, which I really, really like. So I'm going to say about there. Okay. Need to do some inking. I have no idea if I finished what I was talking about a minute ago, and I don't remember what I was talking about. I kind of got, I was talking about my desk. Well, let's call that conversation done. Oh dear. So what else have I been up to behind the scenes? I've been washing lots and lots of washing fabrics and laces and things that I had a couple of days where I'd washed some fabrics and laces, and I remember thinking to myself, how have I managed to end up with such a stockpile of things that need to be washed? I could have washed for, I'm not just going to say days, I'm going to say weeks or months. Like, I have a lot of things here that I need to wash, and I wash all of my pieces by hand. That's my preferred choice. And part of me was like, oh, it's probably just because it got really hotty. Like, we've just been through our summer and we've had some frightfully hot days. So I was like, well, that must have been it. And then I remembered all the bushfires, and I was like, that wasn't it at all. It was because we had the bushfires, and I literally couldn't hang anything outside because it was just too smoky. So I have managed to end up, and I already had a stockpile of things before that happened because, well, I was very fortunate to be gifted some things, and I found some things in thrift shops and the like, and so I had a lot, and I'm not complaining because, you know, variety is amazing. But I haven't been able to use any of them because I haven't had a chance to wash them. And so it was great to get some washed. I do have a pile of things to iron before I can really start utilizing them. Some of the things are some pieces of fabric I've actually popped into my fabric bin just to keep them there until I have an opportunity. I have too many things I want to do. I have too many ideas, too many projects floating around in my mind, too many that I've started, because I'm working on things behind the scenes as well. And, oh, there's just not enough hours in my day. I want to do it all. I'm not greedy. Really, I'm not. But anyway, so now I need to try and place this. So I'm going to place my paper clip so I know where the bottom of that goes. It's difficult when you have a piece that goes in the middle of the page that you don't have a straight edge on the side that you can line it up with. So I kind of use what I can as indicators when I do that. The other indicator for me are the straight lines on this paper because it is a ledger page. Oh, getting a little tacky. Because it's a ledger page, it has the straight lines on it, so I can also use that as a guide. Okay, he's hoping that's about right. Now I need to work out if I would like this piece over the top or underneath. I think I like it over the top. As much as I like the green. Okay, let's change this page out. Yeah, so I'm really excited to have some of my laces and fabrics washed, but I do have much more that I need to do, and it's funny, not funny, we get really, really hot here in summer and really, really cold here in winter. So we kind of have extremes. We don't have really, really cold as in snow, I must say. Not that kind of area that I live in, but our temperatures certainly are very fresh, which doesn't make putting clothes on the line or washing of any sort very appealing, really. And we also have a fireplace, so I don't like to pop things on the clothesline when that's going because it's very close to where the chimney is. And again, I would end up with very smoky things on the clothesline, which doesn't really work for me. Okay, so then this piece, hearing a lawnmower outside. It must be the day for it. There've been lawnmowers going all day on and off. Whoops. Yep. Okay. Remove those out of the way. Oh, that's fun. And I really haven't put much of a dent in my scraps that I have on my desk. I do have quite a mess though, sprawling out onto this space. So just see if I can shift those out of the way now that we've finished with them. And we need to choose some focal points. I'm not really sure what I want to use. This one's very busy already. So I'm wondering, oops. I like that, but I feel like I'd like something taller. I don't mind that. It's not wowing me at this stage. Oh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Fuchsias. I love fuchsias. They're kind of a hanging plant. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Would that work down here? No. Don't know that that's the right space for something there. It's kind of fun. I'm sorry, I'm looking at these off camera. Move that out of the way and then I won't do that anymore. For some reason I felt like I had to keep it away from everything else, like the things I had on my desk. I don't know why, sorry. Oh, I like that. I like the fact that it brings the blue in from the top there. I think that is my winner, actually. Okay. And then this one here. I feel like it could take something larger. Not quite sure what that is. Oh, that's not very large, really, is it? Where are my tweezers? You are kind of fun, my friend. I don't know that I've included many birds in this journal, so I like the idea of having a bird. I'm just thinking I've got... Oh my gosh, my desk, how embarrassing. I'm glad you can't see it properly. I've also got... Well, aren't they pretty? I love that they kind of make your eye travel. Okay, I think that's the winner. So that's from, the first bird, sorry, was from ArtVintages or Farmerage. The second one is from Tracie Fox, LoveJunkJournals on Etsy. And it is her Fussy Cut Birds papers. They're just so beautiful. Okay. So, it's a flora definition, that flower, which is really quite pretty. Woodland branch. I did it again. I pulled them away because I wanted you to be able to see this, but then I'm like, well, that's not helping anything. Goodness me. They're all upside down. Fern leaf. Botany. Not sure about the colour. There's a definition of branch, which I think is kind of fun with the birds on the branch. This is a different... Not quite as red. I feel like it's the same and it's just my eyes that are saying it's different. Sapling, pollinate, forest, fern, botanical, which is kind of the same as botany. But I like that one for some reason. Okay. Just wondering if I have anything else from Tracie Fox or LoveJunkJournals. I'm just playing now, guys. I'm not really sure if I... Actually... These are from their mandalas from Noir.art15. And I really love them. It's a shame my paper is curling. Makes it difficult to make things stay where I want them. Kind of wishing I had printed that on tissue paper. Which I'd never thought about until now. I'm wondering if I can do that. I might. I might stop there, and I might, speaking of doing 1,000 things at once, I might go and print some tissue paper and then pop back and we'll see what we can do with it. I'm sorry guys, I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back again. I printed my tissue paper and I think I've decided I prefer the image that I have on the brown cardstock. I will just show you. I printed a couple. It did turn out to be a fiasco because I may have accidentally got a little tissue paper stuck in my printer, so thankfully it came out and then I was good to go again. But these were larger images and then I have some smaller ones here. But I think I like the pop of that brown cardstock underneath the bird. So back to my original plan, I'm going to leave that card as is. And I will have the mandalas there for future use. This one here, I'm still not sure about this collection of focal points up here, and I'm kind of looking at this and I love the flower there, but it's kind of blending into the background. So I did just wonder if perhaps a doily behind there would not really sure it's going to make a difference. Something darker perhaps. I don't really feel like it's adding enough of a pop, so I'm going to say no to that idea. I think I'll just leave it as it is. Do I want a doily underneath there instead of... That could work. It could work, but it may not. There's some itty bitty ones. Let me ink that. I don't mind the look of that, but it is blending, so I'm thinking maybe if I ink it, oops. That just takes up way too much area. Have you ever watched somebody else crafting and you're going, no, no, leave that there, or do that, or I feel like you're all talking to me right now and you're telling me what I should be doing. I'm really sorry, I can't hear you. I was actually watching somebody crafting last night and having the same thought. No, no, I like it like that. Leave it like that. I think I like that. It's amazing what a little ink can do. Okay. And just popping these back. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to oh, it's a delicate, oh dear, it's tearing. Okay, let's go from this angle. Okay, I think I can rescue that little piece that tore away. Just there. So pretty. Okay. And I think I'll use my glue stick. Oops. I feel I have some fussy cutting to do in my future. I feel like I'm running out, or running low. I'm not running out, but I'm running low of things. And it probably serves myself right because I've been crafting away and using all the beautiful things, and I haven't replaced things for a while. So I feel like it's time. I'm just used to having them there. I'm not used to them depleting so quickly, or I feel like it's been quick. Okay. Love that. And moving on to here, ink. I'm like, oh, what do I want first? This one is going to be a little bit tricky to ink up. It's so pretty though. So I'm just going to take my time. Sorry if you're in a hurry. Okay, well I might as well start with the label. Oh dear. Look, I'm stuck. I really am. Okay, that was tackier than I realised. Finishing that down, and you know what that means? I need a new glue page, and oops. Pretty happy with that. Okay, I need to be a little bit careful when adding my glue. Okay, I was nearly going to say that that went better than I thought, and then I was like, I have to get it off the book page yet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to burnish that from behind, giving it a really good burnish. The beauty of doing it from behind is that I'm not likely to pull or tear at those fragile areas. Oh, I love that. I really love that mandala behind too. So beautiful. Okay, so all I need to do is to add, I feel like that could use a little touch of lace or something across the top. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Oh, I do. What about this one? I don't like that there as much, but I may add a little piece down the side, I'm thinking. I really like the way that softens the look of the tag, or journaling card as the case may be. Making sure it's the right way around. Yep, I really like that. You know, I talk about the icing on the cake. That was the icing on the cake. Okay. That icing, just icing now, that lace has just made me really happy. Just love that on there. Do wonder if I need to pop just a fraction. Just don't want those lifting up. Oops. Okay, and so this one, going to pop that piece down there. My glue. Oops, stuck to my finger. I love how that piece adds an element running down the page when the focal points are kind of running across, well, the top ones are, the top one is running across, this one's running down. I like the variety that that gives. Okay, just cleaning the top of my glue bottle, and then I just need some tea stain paper, and I feel like I've buried that, so let's see if we can dig it back out, pop a couple of things away. Big bag here. I'm like, where did I put them? I'm not sure that's big enough. I think that piece is very brittle. I'm not keen to use that. This piece and this piece. I'm going to have to get some more tea stain paper and bring it closer to my desk. It's in a filing cabinet and it's a little bit further away from my desk than is reachable while I'm videoing, so this is from a project. Well, actually, that's from doing my tissue paper. Need to pop that out of the way. That made a really loud sound when I popped that down. Sorry about that. I sat it on top of my baby wipe container and it's hollow. Well, it's not hollow. It has baby wipes in it, but obviously they're not taking up the whole space, and so it was really echoey. I was like, oh, I sounded like I was really cross, but no, I wasn't. Okay. Turn that around, I think. Yes, okay. And tearing off my edges. Oops. This paper must have quite some creasing or crinkling in it from when it was tea stained, because the edges aren't straight under the ruler. Oh, that pesky thumb again. Okay. little ink, a little glue, and we're done. Oops, he's saying, I want ink too. Okay, it's your turn. I may give myself a fresh page, I'm thinking. And again, because this paper has quite a few wrinkles in it from when it was tea stained, kind of creates little dips in the paper. I like to take my time and make sure I get good coverage so that once I pop it onto my book page, I can flatten the paper right out, and those little ripples in the paper, I suppose you could call them, they tend to burnish right out, leaving a good flat surface. So now that I've said that out loud, let's hope it works. Okay. I'm expecting this may end up a little wider or longer than I first thought because of those little ripples. That's not too bad at all. So I'm just trying to make sure I burnish out those little bubbles in the paper. Sorry if I'm jiggling the camera. And I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, and our second one. Okay, oops. Tacky fingers. The reason I take time to burnish these down properly is because I feel like if I have little bubbles under the paper, that it may eventually cause my papers to lift, and I don't really want that for my journals or for the people who are using them. I'd like them to last as long as they possibly can. So okay, so there we have, oh my gosh, they are so I have still got quite a large pile of scrap paper to use, but oh my goodness, they are gorgeous. I really love that lace, that little pop of lace on those. And I will show you the others that we've created in these large tags, because we've done 6 altogether. I cannot show you the whole journaling card because they're so large, but oh my gosh, they're just so pretty. I love them all. Okay, so thank you so much for helping me create those last 2 tags, or sorry, those last 2 journaling cards. I'm really happy with the way they've come out, and they're going to look amazing in the journal. I hope you all have a fabulous day. I look forward to seeing you all soon, everybody. Happy crafting, and bye for now.